Would you please welcome your host for Gamestars 2004, Mr. Iain Lee.
Thank you very much. Hello, thank you very much. Hello and welcome to Gamestars, the UK's annual award show for computer and video games. Now, for the gaming industry, it's the social event of the year. And for many people in this room, it's their only social event of the year. Now, there are 10 of these awards to give away tonight, including Best Sports Game, Best Adventure, and the Most Wanted of the up-and-coming games. They've all been voted for by you, the game-playing public, via the Gamestars website. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why have they asked a skinny, pale, slightly geeky bloke who obviously has no success with the ladies to present these awards? It just doesn't fit in with our image of what a gamer should be. Well, to prove to you that not all of my friends are Star Wars figures, please welcome someone who continually plays games with my heart. It's Holly Willoughby. Hello. Can I see you here?
Awards today, we'll be finding out who is the winner of the Gamestars hunt for the UK's greatest gamer. And there's also a chance for you at home to win all of the winning titles you see on the show and tickets to the UK Premier Gaming event.
Wow, very exciting. Handing out the awards, we have a group of typical gamers. They're socially dysfunctional, emotionally stunted and prone to fits. In other words, they're celebrities. Let's have a look. We should be able to see them out there. Look, there's the Fash, there's Harvey there.
There you are.
I think we should pop down and... oh, look, there's Mr. Simon Pegg hiding behind his fingers. Yeah, there's Jessica from Liberty X, there's Suranne Jones from The Street. I'm loving The Street at the moment. There's Jennifer Ellison, of course. I think we go along there, we can see Gary Lucy, who's very, very good at football games simulators. James Hewitt there, who's very good at football manager sims. And a little bit, we'll see Katie Price, who's very good at footballers. But before we get to the serious part, where we hand out awards to all the genius of design, here's a bad I love to see on TV, but Holly, I hate to see them on airport departure boards. It's delays!
To collect the title of the UK's greatest gamer and win themselves a fabulous prize, including a trip to the Tokyo Game Show.
That's right. Over the past few weeks, players from across the nation, men, women and some in between, entered the first stage of Gamestars' hunt for the greatest gamer. Let's have a look and see what happened.
3, 2, 1, go.
All over the country, over 28,000 thumb twiddlers and knob fiddlers have been lining up to fight for the title of the UK's greatest gamer. First challenge in the competition was to play a variety of games on a range of consoles to prove just how damn good our gamers were at driving, jumping, skating and fighting. All of our gamers entered their scores online via the Gamestars website, with only the 50 most speedy, coordinated, accurate and dexterous making it through to level 2. At Excel in London's Docklands, the 50 top scorers were invited to take part in the ultimate computer game playoff. They faced a series of tough elimination rounds and daunting competition from Thomas, one of last year's losing finalists, and Ben, the 2003 champion. So out of our 50 players, only 16 will survive to go through to the next round. 3 games, 3 consoles, the pressure's on. Playing in groups of 6, the first challenge for all our gamers was Project Gotham Racing 2. A chance to drive fast, drive safe, and look sexy. Next up, a test of endurance in WarioWare Jump Forever. And tension mounts for the final game, Tiger Woods 2004, requiring good stroking action and perfect timing. The total scores for all 3 games were added together. Topping the league table and super confident is last year's champion, Ben.
Take it one stride at a time and chuck them away to win again.
But it's game over for the 34 weakest players.
I've done my best, but obviously my best wasn't enough to get me through.
I'm not really that surprised. I wasn't at my sharpest today.
I'm really quite gutted. I thought I would be better than I was today, so I'm really disappointed.
There are 16 contestants left. Those remaining were all pretty close in the last round, and the pressure's gone up a gear as they take on the next challenge, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. With just 2 minutes on the clock, our gamers go head-to-head as they try to complete as many tricks and flips in the allotted time. Only the most dexterous gamers will make the quarter-finals. And while the reigning champion is struggling, his opponent is flying. With time up, the 2003 winner crashes out of the competition.
Oh my God. Totally gutted. Oh, just thought I could have done it 2 years in a row, but obviously not. That's devastating.
Let's have our first award, Best Adventure Game. Normally, I love adventures, although recently I did find myself outside a mysterious castle trying to crack some crazy special code only to be attacked by a strange, hairy troll. I tell you, that's the last time I try and break into Anthony Worrell Thompson's house. To present the first award, it's Liberty X's Jessica Taylor. Kiss. I've kissed a pop star. You and Peter Andre are on that list. Listen, big fan of the Liberty X. I think it's great the way you let those 2 roadies come and dance with you 3 girls as well. It works out. I'm only being cheeky. Can we have the nominations, please?
We can. The nominations are...
Jack 2, Renegade. Deus Ex, Invisible War. Broken Sword, The Sleeping Dragon. The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. And Medal of Honor, Rising Sun.
The winner is... The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker.
The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker wins.
The definitive adventure series is back with some fantastic updates and innovations. The obvious difference between this and other Zelda titles is the use of cel shading. These beautiful cartoon-style graphics help draw you into a world where magic and mayhem are just around the corner.
The ability to control the wind is also an interesting addition and pretty important when you're facing a long boat journey or after those beans on toast for lunch. Thoughtful, intelligent and great fun. The legendary Shigeru Miyamoto and his team have come up trumps again. Excellent. Now, moving on, our second award is for Best Sports Game. Now, for me, I played video sports games like I played school sports, mainly in my underwear. To present the award for Best Sports Game, it's a man who recently spent 2 weeks in a land that very few of us have ever seen, Channel 5. Would you please welcome Field Marshal James Hewitt? James, lovely to see you again, sir. One of the most charming men I've ever met. Listen, the question on everyone's lips here, we've seen pictures of you both, you look similar, you sound similar. Are you and Lord Brocket the same person?
No.
Did you say no?
Well, that's how
would you
he
say
says it.
would you say jazz or chairs?
Depends what we're playing.
There we go. You see, excellent. James, I think you're brilliant. Can we have the nominations, please?
The nominations are...
Top Spin. Pro Evolution Soccer 3. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004. Championship Manager. And Tony Hawk's Underground.
And the winner is Championship Manager.
Championship Manager wins.
It's not easy being a football manager. The threat of injury, giving the team a good roasting at half-time, and the constant dogging from your players can be a real headache.
But the rewards are great. Getting to watch loads of naked blokes in the shower being just one of them.
Most of this excitement can be experienced with Championship Manager, an amazingly detailed game that offers incredible freedom.
As manager of any one of a number of teams from 39 national leagues, you have the ability to decide exactly what your team does and when it does it.
Back of the net. Now let's have a quick look to see how our celebrities are getting on backstage. Holly, is there any signs of violence or bitchiness yet?
I think there might be,
Really?
because so far we've got Fash and Harvey hogging Charles. But look...
Suranne has stuck her girly nose in.
Which is a good thing.
Well, you say that, but... Look, the boys just want to play, and there's a girl going, oh, let me have a go, let me have a go. It does this, it does this, it does this. Leave it.
Yeah, we'll be seeing more of that lot in part 2 if they remain sober.
Later on, we'll also be joined by Katie Price, Gary Lucy, and Simon Pegg will be revealing which racing game has passed the checkered flag.
But before that, there's a chance for you at home to enter our Win the Winners competition, where one lucky so-and-so will bag all 10 of today's award-winning games, as well as tickets to Gamestars Alive, the UK's biggest gaming event, taking place at London's Excel in September.
Now, it's definitely worth entering, because if you don't come first, you could still be one of 1,000 runners-up to nab a ticket to that great day out. All you've got to do is answer this very simple question, Holly.
OK, here we go. Which of these is a popular video game classic? Is it A, Space Intruders? Is it B, Space Invaders? Or is it C, Space Insiders?
Give us a call on 09011 333 555 and leave your answer. Or text the word space, followed by the letter A, B or C to 84030.
Calls from landlines cost 50p. Text messages and calls from mobiles cost 50p, plus standard operator rates. And don't forget to ask permission from whoever pays the bill, or your mum.
The competition's only open to you if you're 15 or over, because some of these games feature rude words, graphic displays of violence, and references of a sexual nature. That's a guarantee, kids. But seriously, you must be 15 or over to enter.
We'll see you guys back here in a couple of minutes.
Excellent. Welcome back to Gamestars 2004, the award show for all things electronic and fun. Well, the ones we can talk about while the kids are watching. Next up is the award for Best Spin-Off, which is any game based on a TV show, film or real person. Got to say, my favourite spin-off in recent months was Daniel Bedingfield's Land Rover. Presenting the award is a soap star turned pop star who wants to follow in the footsteps of Kylie and Danny, but definitely not Stefan Dennis, though she's gonna make you feel good. It's Jennifer Aniston. Be careful. No, are you all right? You look lovely tonight.
Thank you, so do you.
Can we have the nominations, please, Jennifer?
The nominations for Best Spin-Off Game are...
Enter the Matrix. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic. The Simpsons, Hit and Run. The Italian Job, LA Heist. And The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.
The winner is... Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic wins.
One of the latest products to be licensed from the Star Wars series. This game is set several thousand years before the films, and in an interesting twist is a role-playing game.
Even if you're not a Star Wars fan and don't know your Chewbacca's from your Obi-Wan Kenobis, this stands out as a force in its own right. With beautiful graphics, stunning lightsaber fights, and an atmospheric soundtrack, it all makes you feel as if you're not just at the movies, you're in them. Very exciting indeed. Now, earlier on, you saw 50 of the UK's greatest gamers battling it out for a place in tonight's final.
There were sore fingers and bruised egos, but those 50 were whittled down for the next heat in Gamestars' hunt for the greatest gamer. Let's see who's been left standing. Last year's champion, Ben Hinchcliffe, has bitten the dust, clearing the way for one of 8 contestants to take his crown. It's the quarter-finals, and our remaining gamers are playing Pro Evolution Soccer 3, head-to-head for a coveted place in the last 4. 14-year-old Tom, the youngest gamer in the field, takes an early lead in his match. While Adam, who knocked out reigning champion Ben, is taking a thrashing of his own.
Yes! Come on!
Former finalist Thomas is showing off his bull skills to the opposition.
Yes!
In the local derby, it's Michelle who's giving her husband a spanking on the pitch.
Hey!
As the whistle blows for full time, 4 brave gamers are relegated out of the competition. We started with the nation and we're down to just 4. Tom, Simon, Thomas, Michelle. Each of whom are playing for a chance to win that trip to Tokyo and the title of being the UK's greatest gamer. They're playing Mario Kart Double Dash, and the first 2 players across the finish line will make it into the final. First lap out of 3 and Tom storms ahead, whilst Michelle is having trouble getting out of first gear. Lap 2 and some reckless driving from Tom shifts him back to 3rd, while Simon takes pole position and Thomas pulls in just behind. By lap 3, it's anybody's race, but which 2 gamers will be battling it out for the title? Yes! Well done, guys. Very good. We have our finalists. Now, I'm sorry to say, Tom, Simon, you guys are going to be going home. But Thomas, Michelle, we'll see you later on, OK?
Next up is the Gamestars Award for Best Pocket Game. These are a big favourite of mine when I was a teenager. My mum used to warn me that one handheld game I played a lot would eventually make me go blind. It had a tiny screen. To present the award is a man who MCs with the So Solid crew and lists Bishi Bashi and Chucky Egg as his best mates in the band. It's Harvey! Oh, man. You're looking very smooth, sir. Now, listen, Supposing you get the high score, you Harvey, what name do you put in as a winner? It's not the coolest name, is it?
No, I'd put legend.
Legend. Well, there you go. There you go, legend. Who are the nominees?
Nominations for Best Pocket Game are...
Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Yu-Gi-Oh! Worldwide Edition Stairway to the Destined Duel, Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising, and Dragon Ball Z The Legacy of Goku 2.
And the winner is Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby.
Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby wins.
The baby Nintendo classics are back and better than ever. Both Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby retain major features from past games, but also have one or two new tricks up their sleeves.
By allowing two monsters to fight side by side, battles become tenser than ever before. But the real joy comes when you link 4 Game Boy Advances together and slug it out with your mates. This is portable gaming heaven. Next up is the award for Best Newcomer. Here we're recognising any game or piece of hardware that has proved to be revolutionary and innovative. Many, many years ago, the very first winner was, of course, the on button. Taking the award is a gentleman, a footballer and an ambassador for the game, and he is really spoiling us by turning up today. Please welcome John the Fashanu. Good to see you, sir. The legend, John. The legend, I'm slightly in awe of you. Now, you famously do 1,000 sit-ups every morning. My morning routine is 1 sit-up, a cup of coffee, then 1 big, huge squat thrust. How do you think... How do you think that sets me up for being fit and healthy?
Well, I tell you what, Ian, you haven't done too badly.
Thank
You're
you very
okay,
much.
mate.
Oh, I move on. Can we have the nominations, please, John?
The nominations for the Best Newcomer are...
WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games, iToy Play, Call of Duty, Engage Game Deck, and Beautiful Joe.
And the winner is... iToy Play!
iToy Play wins.
The very first computer, built in 1903, was huge and rubbish. More importantly, you couldn't play games on it.
You think your human brain's always going to have the upper hand?
I think so.
Nothing changed until 1976, when arcades were introduced to the world. A safe place for teenagers to shoot aliens and smoke without their mums knowing. Attempting to make video games more interactive, one programmer came up with this skiing game, thinking it would be a lot of fun. He was wrong.
But now with the arrival of iToy, gameplay has reached a new level. This newcomer actually puts you inside the game, allowing your movements to control the action on screen. This is a deserved award that goes to a genuinely innovative product.
The next award is for racing games. Now, if you want to go out for a drive, but you don't have a licence or you've had a few too many to drink, you've got 2 options. Either get a racing game or buy a minicab. To present the award, please welcome the legend, Simon Pegg. They love you. These are your people. Simon, is it true that Sean, there is some connection with a computer game? You based it on a game?
Well, you know, because Resident Evil kind of kicked off that whole zombie love, and it was, you know, it brought back the whole Romero kind of zombie fascination, and I guess it was playing that game for 12 hours straight that kind of kicked the idea off.
We love. Hey, look. Got to say, I saw the film the other day. I think it's absolutely brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Simon, if we could have the nominations, please, for best racing game.
The nominations for best racing game are...
Project Gotham Racing 2, F-Zero GX, Need for Speed Underground. Formula 1 2003. And World Rally Championship 3.
And the winner is... Need for Speed Underground!
Need for Speed Underground wins.
Racing cars against oncoming traffic at incredibly high speeds is great fun. Unfortunately, it's illegal. But don't panic. The Need for Speed Underground should satisfy any desire you have to drive like a complete mentalist.
Instinctive driving, ridiculously fast cars and amazingly realistic characters all make this an outstanding racing title.
But best of all, it allows you to compete online against the rest of the world. Customise your car, perfect your drag, and drive. It is time for a break now, but when we come back, we'll be joined by Suranne Jones and John Thompson.
But before that, you at home have a chance to snatch some glory in our Win the Winners competition.
That's right, one lucky thumb bandit will collect all 10 of today's GameStar winning games and tickets to GameStars Live.
If you enter, you could also stand the chance of being one of 1,000 runners-up who'll bag themselves a ticket to the hottest gaming event of the year, taking place at Excel in September. All you have to do is answer this simple question. Which of these is a popular video game classic? Is it A, Space Intruders? Is it B, Space Invaders? Or is it C, Space Insiders?
No. Call 09011 333 555 and leave your answer, or text the word space followed by the letter A, B or C to 84030.
Calls from landlines cost 50p, text messages and calls from mobiles cost 50p, plus the standard operator rates. And don't forget to ask permission from whoever pays the bill.
Some of these games are rated 15, so if you're too young, then please wear a false beard when you ring up. No, don't. I'm joking. No, seriously, you really must be 15 or over to enter. We'll see you in part 3. Welcome back to GameStars 2004, the UK awards show where the best video games get the recognition they deserve. Still to come on the show, Katie Price and Ash. Yes, indeed. But the next award is for Best Multiplayer Game. Now, there's nothing I like to see more than a bunch of good mates all plugged into the same machine. But enough of my fantasy about blue and a 4-slice toaster. Presenting the award is a woman whose character in Coronation Street has had a few Game Boys in her time. It's Suranne Jones. Oh, I got an electric shock.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I do that to
Now,
many men.
Can I do my impression of you?
Yes, please.
Steve, I don't care. I want my wedding to be the best wedding in the town.
Just like me, don't
That's
you
not
think?
bad, is it?
Yeah.
Suranne, could we have the nominations for Best Multiplayer Game, please?
The nominations for Best Multiplayer Game are...
Hardware Online Arena. MotoGP. SOCOM US Navy SEALs. Mario Kart Double Dash. And Unreal Tournament 2004.
Is that a drum roll?
Yeah.
My cat purring.
Tiger's roar, yeah. And the winner is Mario Kart Double Dash.
Mario Kart Double Dash wins.
First appearing on the SNES, this 21st century update of a classic Mario game is a total treat. Psychedelic colours, wacky races, and the ability to have a friend play as your co-pilot, helping you steer and shoot, makes Double Dash an entrancing and bonding experience.
One of the beauties of this title is its simplicity.
Add to that imaginative music, genuinely amusing power-ups, and Moorish gameplay, and this could be the most fun you'll ever have with a gear stick in your hand.
This is the penultimate stage in our search for the UK's greatest gamer. And from 28,000 hopefuls, we've now got our two finalists, Thomas and Michelle. Thomas has been playing computer games since he was 4 years old. He plays an average of 10 hours a week, and his proudest gaming moment is completing Metal Gear Solid on Extreme Mode. Michelle's love affair with gaming began when she was 6. She plays up to 3 hours a day, and her proudest moment was completing Resident Evil Survivor. Thomas and Michelle are about to fight for the right to choose which game they're going to play in the final round of this competition, live in front of a studio audience later on in the show. They're playing Tony Hawk's Underground. Let battle commence. For both finalists, sharp reflexes and great coordination are vital to get the highest score possible and gain a crucial advantage. Thomas takes an early lead but gets nervous and starts making errors. Halfway through the game, Michelle pulls level with some impressive tricks and flips. But with just seconds remaining, Thomas recovers his confidence to edge ahead and win the game. Well done, guys. Thomas, congratulations. Michelle, unlucky this time, but we have got the next round to go, so don't worry. But it does mean, however, that, Thomas, you get to choose the game that you're going to be playing, so you might want to have a think about that, and we'll see you a little bit later on, OK?
Very, very tense. Very tense. Wow. Before we give out another award, I think it's time we checked on our celebrities. How are they doing backstage? Holly, have they all got their thumbs where they should be?
I'm hoping so, but you never can tell with James Hewitt around. But he's taking on Suranne right here. Suranne, how are you doing? You much of a gamer?
I've just overtook you.
You're doing quite well. Are you going to be the true gentleman and let her win, though?
Of course, not.
Of course not. That is very rude. Well, come back here and join us. We'll see whether she actually does win.
Holly, I've got to ask, James Hewitt is a notorious charmer. Is he charming you?
Not yet. I'm quite...
It only works on you, Iain.
Let's leave it there, shall we?
Thank you very much for that, Holly and James. We'll be having a look later on to see how they're getting on. Next up is the award for Best Action Game, a genre which, for me, reached its pinnacle with Sam Fox Strip Poker on the Spectrum. Here comes Mum! Turn it off! The great thing about action games is that 1 minute you can be fighting German soldiers, next you're playing golf, then you finally find yourself in a fantasy world all on your own. A bit like my granddad's life story. Present the award is a man who's killed orcs in the living room, slain zombies in the arcade, and he murdered the Beatles on Fame Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's John Thompson. Games. You play games
I do play games quite a lot. I like my action games, first-person shoot-em-ups. But I'm working on my own game at the moment. I've just come from the studio.
Oh, brilliant! What is it?
In a black leotard with a green golf ball stuck to me. Virtual darts.
Can we have the nominations?
The nominations for Best Action Game are...
Unreal Tournament 2004. Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Angel of Darkness. Ratchet and Clank 2, Locked and Loaded. True Crime, Streets of LA. And James Bond 007, Everything or Nothing.
And the winner is... James Bond 007, Everything or Nothing.
James Bond 007, Everything or Nothing wins.
Pierce Brosnan has recently dropped the bombshell that he may never make a Bond film again.
And while that may be a sad loss, with a game as excellent as this, I think we'll get over it.
As you'd expect, Bond gets to zoom around in loads of sexy vehicles, including a very exciting fighter helicopter and his ever-faithful Aston Martin.
With a gripping storyline and guest voices from the likes of Willem Dafoe,
beautiful,
John Cleese, and even Brosnan himself.
Time for a house call.
This is a white-knuckle ride worthy winner of Best Action Game.
The next prize is the Sun People's Choice Award, which has seen thousands of readers vote for their favourite game of the year. And who could argue with them? Not me, I'm quite puny. Presenting the award is Gary Lucy. Slightly embarrassed by it. Do you get this screaming all the time when you're in your local supermarket?
No, actually, I don't get this all the time, unfortunately.
Would it unsettle you a little bit, just having loads of women screaming at you all the time? Would it be quite nice?
I think it'd be quite nice,
That's fine, good work, sir.
Could be worse.
Gary, can we have the nominations, please, sir?
Yeah, the nominations for the Sun People's Choice Award are...
The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Championship Manager. ITV Play. Enter the Matrix. And FIFA Football 2004.
Winner is ITV Play.
ITV wins again.
After the break, Katie Price will be handing out the award for the UK's most wanted game, and Ash will be performing their new single. Very exciting.
Yes, we'll also be finding out who is the nation's greatest gamer, and it's your final chance to enter the GameStar Win the Winners competition, where one jammy rascal will take home all of today's award-winning games and tickets to GameStars Alive, the UK's biggest gaming event.
Oh, it is definitely worth a go, because 1,000 runners-up will also win a ticket to this cracking show, and they can follow the winner around making rude hand gestures behind them. All you've got to do is answer this simple question, Holly.
Which of these is a popular video game classic? Is it A, Space Intruders, is it B, Space Invaders, or is it C, Space Insiders?
Space Insiders. Give us a call on 09011 333 555 and leave your answer, or you can text the word space followed by the letter A, B or C to 84030.
Calls from landlines cost 50p, text messages and calls from mobiles cost 50p, plus standard operator rates. And don't forget to ask permission for whoever pays the bill, or your mum.
Yes, exactly. But if you enter, please make sure you are over 15, or when you phone up, stand on a friend's shoulders and wear a really long coat. No, I'm joking. You really must be 15 or over. It's a legal requirement. The lines will be closing after the break. We'll see you then. Thank you very much. Welcome back to GameStars 2004, the show that celebrates your favourite video games of the past year. Now, we've got one more award to give away, as well as finding out who is the country's greatest gamer. Before that, we come to the final award, which is for most wanted game. To present the award, we have a lady who's a little bit like a marathon bar. She's got a new name, she's very sweet, and she's nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Katie Price.
The song, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had to play it.
Well, bit of Peter Andre. Is there a bit of tension there with you and Andre? What's that?
Mind your own business.
Really? When you're playing computer games, can you see what you're doing? I have got to ask it. Peter Andre, is he a bit of a game boy, or is he...
I don't know.
He was talking about you on Richard and Judy.
Was he? Well, I don't know if he's good at pressing buttons yet, but maybe I'll find out one day.
Enough of this crazy banter. Who are the nominees for the final award, please?
The nominations for the game Most Wanted are...
Halo 2. Pokemon Colosseum. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Driver 3. And Doom 3.
The winner is Driver 3.
Driver 3 wins.
The original Driver was a groundbreaking game that redefined the driving experience.
Now the third title in the series looks set to build on the format we know and love so much.
Set against breathtakingly realistic backdrops, high adrenaline chases and heart-pumping action have all combined to create the biggest gaming buzz of 2004.
Well, that is the last award, but it's now time to go over to Holly for the final heat in our challenge to find the UK's greatest gamer. Holly, I can feel the tension over... Well, I say feel it, I can smell the tension over here. What's it like over there?
Nice. Well, yeah, it is pretty tense. And we have our two finalists. And in the previous round, we saw that Thomas won the advantage over Michelle, which meant he got to choose the final game in the competition, played out here in front of our studio audience. Thomas chose top spin, and they're going to play a tie-break round. The first player to 7 points wins the game. Thomas is player 1, Sebastian Grosjean. He's in white, and Michelle is player 2, Pete Sampras in blue. Good luck, Thomas and Michelle. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
So here we go then. This is it. This is the final in the hunt for the UK's greatest gamer. We've got Thomas versus Michelle. And Michelle scores an early point there, taking the lead. She's 25 years old. She was one of only 2 females in the top 50 gamers in this competition. Thomas there equaling things up there slightly. Thomas is 16 and his hair is styled and inspired by Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Michelle taking the lead there, 2-1. Only 6.5% of all entrants in this competition this year were actually women. Both fans of rock music. Thomas would love... Oh, very exciting. 3-2 to Thomas. Thomas would love to play against Justin Hawkins from The Darkness. And Michelle's favourite singer is Alice Cooper. Unfortunately, her love of Alice Cooper isn't helping her today. It's 4-2. Don't forget, it's the first one to 7 with a clear lead of 2 points. 5-2 to Thomas. He hates manufactured pop bands, but he loves computer games and he loves computer tennis today. Excellent shot indeed. It's 6-2. This is match point. Thomas could take the title. He's done it. Well done.
Thomas Kingston wins.
Wow, guys, come join me here. We do have our winner. Come here. Listen, Michelle, I'm sorry to say you didn't win, but you get a copy of all the games on the show today and all the consoles, okay? Now then, Thomas, you win all of that. You're also going to that game show in Tokyo. That's absolutely fantastic. How do you feel about that?
Indescribable.
Undescribable. You've come a long day. Well done. And also, you also get the name of the UK's greatest gamer. It's Thomas. Take that. You've earned it. Thomas, everyone.
There we go. That's it. We've got our 10 winning titles. We have our greatest gamer, although I'm going to go backstage and whop his ass after the show at a quick game of horoscope skiing. And we have our celebrities caged once again in the green room, waiting for the next time their services are required. Holly, do we know who was the best out of this lot there?
Yes, indeed, we actually do. Unsurprisingly, it was Harvey. There you go.
He wouldn't leave that control room on evening.
No, he wouldn't. Well done, Harvey. And thanks to all our celebs, and a special thanks to you at home for joining us and for taking the time to vote for your favourite games.
Right, I've got to go and log off backstage. So, Holly, I'll give it 15 minutes before you go there if I were you. But before we disappear, it would be rude not to hear from our final guests, especially as we booked them. To take us out, it's Ash and their new single, Orpheus.
Woo!
Did nothing. Sleeping, thinking, hanging around.
That's it from us. We'll see you later on. Take care. Bye-bye.
Game over.